Welcome along to Precision Racing League, the highlights of this race. We are away, and it's the Aston Martin of Dackers who gets a good start ahead of the Williams of Arimus. Into turn one, the Williams are side by side, so are the Alpines as they head round Albion Farm. But it looks like it's Dackers in the lead ahead of the Orange Williams. The Alpines are side by side. Off goes one of the Red Bulls. That is Tenno's, the Alpines touch. The Red Bull and the Racing Bulls are side by side. That's Lando Liam and also Erky Boy is side by side with Kai and Lando Liam as well. Liam's got ahead, and that is a great start by the V-Carb driver. Meanwhile, side by side further back, Kai losing places after his tussle with Joe. As Joe, the man who normally commentates on these races and is commentating today, now racing here today. He started P4, but he's lost positions there as he's now down in P5, losing the position to Killers. Meanwhile, he's going to lose another position. It's down the inside of Cops. Great move by Lando Liam. Great stuff by the V-Carb driver. The V-Carb goes up. The Alpines both go down here at the start. Coming out there, it was actually Techno and the Red Bull who had the good start, battling with the Alpine and the V-Carb. Also, Kai is falling behind the other Red Bull. As we head on to lap 2, side by side between Techno and Joe. Joe gets hit by Techno, who goes into Abby and goes into the side of the Alpine. But as they head into Village Corner, there goes the Red Bull, and he goes into the back of Kai. And that is not nice at all. That is quite clumsy. And there was a retirement for Techno after that. Meanwhile, Killer now under threat from a dive by Liam. But Liam now, he's going to have to stick with Killer, as he's going to have to defend the inside. Killer trying to go around the outside at Club Corner, and he does so, but he does leave himself open to be overtaken again, and he does get overtaken on the inside of the exit at Club Corner. Lando Liam ahead of Killer, these two on the soft tyres behind Arimus. Meanwhile, here comes Killer. He's wide again. He's losing a lot of positions here on lap 3 as he goes wide and now lets Joe through. He let Erky Boy through earlier on as well. He has lost a lot of ground here in Silverstone. The Aston Martin really has to watch out, as into Stowe Corner for the Alpine, looking to make a move on Erky Boy, but not making it stick at the moment here on lap 3 of the British Grand Prix. Wide for Erky Boy. Joe looking for a move. He hits the sausage curb and nearly spins out of control, and he loses the car, hitting the ERS through Club Corner. Here we are on lap 7 with Joe on board with the Alpine. He's trying to get past Liam. Liam goes wide, those soft tyres dying off. But Joe now gets ahead of the V-Carb. We go into the helmet cam of the V-Carb driver, who looks to come back at Joe with the DRS. And although he doesn't have DRS, Joe, who goes wide now. And Joe here, what's happened here? I think he's trying to go in the pit lane, but he wants to avoid a crash, and he skips over the grass and picks up a penalty. What a bizarre incident there between Joe and Liam, who were trying to get around each other. But Joe out of the pits here on lap 15. Not a lot happened afterwards, just the pit stop phase. And Joe now, as there's a safety car, as let's have a look at our mini map, and we can see there's a blue dot not moving, and that is Erky Boy, the second Red Bull to DNF from this race on the exit of Cops Corner. Erky Boy is out, and that is a shame for him here in PRL. Meanwhile, the owner of PRL, we're on board with Ronan heading into turn 1. Ronan Eagle versus Joseph Singh. Who will come out on top between these two for P8?
Green flag.
Joe on the fresh soft tyres. We're on board with the Alpine against the Chrome McLaren on the hard tyres. Round the outside for Joseph Singh at the loop corner. That is a beautiful move on the outside, using more road, using momentum and over the grass for Ronan with the understeer. But good move there by Joe. He's cutting through the field like a hot knife through butter. He's ahead of the Aston Martin, and now looking for a move on his old Green Army rival. That's exact Max Clark ahead to these drivers who fought in Formula Asphalt. As Joe gets ahead, we lost footage of Joe getting ahead of Max, but around the outside of a former retro racing rival for Joe, who's going around the outside of Kai in the Alpine. These two battled on lap 1, but the Alpine's locking heads again here on lap 20, as now heading up into Cops Corner out of Woodcote, down the old pit straight. Can Joe get close enough to Lando Liam to make a move? Not at the moment. He goes wide out of Cops, and he's now got to run into Maggots and Beckett's as clipping those curbs. Kai looking for a move, but not getting it sticky. Goes a bit wide, heading into Beckett's. Meanwhile, Joe gets very close to Lando Liam, but obviously Joe has the penalty to worry about. Joe down the straight though, into Stowe corner, does the move for the second time, and hopefully he doesn't have to pit again, as he isn't going to get fought, or he isn't going to get threatened by Lando Liam into the Vale chicane and into Club corner. But they're side by side into Abbey. Joe had a bit of a snap, and now a penalty for Lando Liam, trying to avoid a crash with Joe, heading around that fast turn 1, trying to not replicate what happened earlier with Techno and Joe earlier in the race. Is side by side with Kai, who gets ran out of road by Lando Liam, and this is going to help Joe, who is on those soft tyres. Those tyres may wear out soon, so he needs to pull a gap now to be able to make this strategy work. Meanwhile, here's Ronan, who's looking for a move on exit Max Clark, and it looks like Max has given him the place, which is odd. And now here comes Max. He's going to look to get that place back. He may have gone off, and there's been a contact between the McLaren and the Haas as the McLaren comes out in front. Max there, I don't think he expected Ronan to be on the inside. But the Green Army F2 champion now, who is in the Haas, the 2-time Formula Asphalt champion, he's got a big reputation in league racing, but he's trying to fight off with Ronan Eagle, who in turn is trying to stay close to Joe, who's just picked up another penalty, but also Killers with that 16-second penalty to boot. So Joe going wide, and he's picked up another penalty. Here we go. We're going to go on, but we're going to go to the inside with Lando Liam in the V-carb. He makes it stick. Joe struggling for grip on those soft tyres with 2 laps to go. He goes in and he locks the rears and he spins. Joe spins, and here on lap 24, 2 laps to go, he lets it all go. He falls behind Killers, but Killers has the penalty to worry about, so Joe could still pick up P6 as long as he stays far enough ahead of Eagle. He needs to be over 3 seconds ahead of Ronan Eagle. Here we are on the final lap. Ronan has been battling Max, and this has really helped Joe get the gap to over 3 seconds, which is what he needs to do to not fall behind the McLaren at the end of the race on penalties. So Joe will get P6, but who will get P7? It's Max or Ronan, one of the two, as Ronan nearly losing the car on the exit of Aintree, heading into Brooklands corner. Who's going to make it stick? It's going to be Ronan, or is it? Because Max switchbacks into the Luffield corner. Round he goes, no. Lando doesn't get it. Well, Max, should I say, doesn't get it. But heading up into Cop's corner. Ronan Eagle now, not going to make it stick. Here comes Max. He's going to try and make the move into Cop's corner. He tries it, but doesn't succeed, and he backs out to avoid a huge crash that there could have been later in the race. Meanwhile, we're going to cut to Lando Liam as the winner of the race today. It's Arimas. What a drive from the Williams, but over the line for Lando Liam to pick up P5 behind Kai. Meanwhile, let's have a look at Joe, because he has a bit of an issue, because look at the tyre wear on those soft tyres. Is he going to pick up a puncture in the last few stages of the Grand Prix? We're heading out of Stowe corner and into Club corner. How is this going to play out, as Joe, heading out of the final corner, just makes it in the nick of time to over the line and over in P6. But Ronan Eagle now, is he able to stay ahead of Max? It looks like he is able to. So, and also with that 16-second penalty for Killers, that is going to be P7 for Ronan Eagle, P8 for Exact Max, and P9 for Killers in the Aston Martin. Thank you ever so much for watching here in the British Grand Prix for Precision Racing League. Hopefully I can stream the next race. I wasn't actually meant to race today, but hopefully I could stream the next race and not have to do a little highlights reel. Apologies for the technical difficulties, and I will see you all next time. Thank you, and goodbye.